Hello, today is November 20th, 2018. Trading is closed. Yesterday we said we had held support, and if we held it through the open, we could have a good rally. I said if we couldn't hold it, support failed. Well, support failed. Surprise. This was the pattern with the early low. Typically has a late high. When the high isn't near the high of the day, it leads to further declines. Doesn't mean you have to close lower, but it's a very negative pattern. It's invalidated if we gap and probably take out this high. Other side of the coin is we gap down, hit a lower low. That's a lower low. Couldn't hold on to any of these lows. That's a positive pattern unless we gap under these lows. So there's a good chance we're going to have a gap outside the range tomorrow. Doesn't work every time, but it works almost every time. And if it doesn't work, it's typically a close little change and you make the big move the next day. That might be thrown off a day because of the holiday. During the day here, MEJT gave a buy. Here it gave a sell. Those have been satisfied. Well, these are our TDST lines. This is bar number 2 under these lines. So that support failed. We're still finding support 1 bar under this line. If we go under that and close there, another support level fails, and it could be bombs away on the downside. So if we do gap under this low and don't reverse it promptly, big troubles are coming. This was the wave count I had. I was trying to count this as a 5. It might still work. It doesn't break any rules. It just looks a bit too forced to me, so I'm going to go with the alternate count. So here's the alternate count. This will be ABC for A, ABC for B, and we're in wave C. Now, there are a number of logical places for wave C to end. One place was right here, which I thought was going to hold. Didn't. I thought it could hold, I should say. Another place is right here at today's low. Now we gapped down, hit this early, and had we had the normal pattern on the day, which is low to high, and had we reversed right from that point and kept going up, that would have made a great bottom. But that's not what happened. And I think that one's in trouble of failing perhaps as early as tomorrow. If we get a 100% move with blue C equal to blue A, come up around 25.82, 25.83, it's not an unreasonable target, because when you have a ending diagonal triangle, the target is to undercut the low, which was 25.94.62. So if we do get 25.82, 25.83, that meets the initial target, but it's not the only target. This is a valid break under this trend line. We traded 175 points over the line, and unless we invalidate this, which I'll get into in just a minute, unless we invalidate this, at some point we should trade 175 points under the line. Now the line's going up. That doesn't mean we have to trade 175 points under this. But if we drop like this, it isn't a stop and reverse, but it's a reasonable place to look for some support, 175 points under the line. Now we need to confirm this break. Confirmation means that we trade under today's close by at least 1 cent. And it also means we don't promptly go back over this line. So if tomorrow we gap up, keep going and go through this break does not count. As I'm writing this, that seems like a pretty low odds scenario. Unless invalidated promptly by gapping up, taking out this high and keep going higher, this is a major break of support, has much lower targets, under 2600, and that's just the initial target. And we could wind up much lower than that before we're done. The clearest thing for tomorrow would be the gap under these lows, but as long as we trade under today's close and don't zoom up, which I'm not seeing, as long as that doesn't happen, lower prices are coming and most likely fairly soon, and that's today's call.